Right, that should be recording. I hope. Well, it's a little bit blowy. Oh, good morning, YouTube. It's another beautiful day. Well, I thought I'd pop out on the Harley for a bit. Somebody not happy there. I think he just pulled out. I was looking at something else. So yeah, it's a lovely day. I'm a bit behind the curve at the moment because I've not looked at YouTube at all for 8 months, I suppose. And I got a questionnaire from him yesterday asking for feedback, you know. Yeah, it's red, mate. And it's only the second time really they've asked me for feedback. The last time they asked me for feedback was on the layout changes, which I said I didn't like, and they pretty well ignored me anyway. So but this feedback thing, they said basically it's anonymous and it's aggregated, so really whatever you answer, it's basically just going to be chucked into a pot of balance of opinions, and if yours differ from the median, then they'll be classified as outliers and ignored, I suppose. But I suppose, you know, it's the thought that counts. It's only the second time they've ever asked me for any feedback, so I thought I'd do it. And where are we then? I thought I'd catch up on a few vlogs, and yeah, it's quite good to see Sean Smoke and one or two of the others still doing their usual things. Quite enjoyed it really. And I stumbled across one of Spicy 110's vlogs, and he was talking about some form of apocalypse that had happened on YouTube, and I didn't know anything about it really. So then I started looking into that, and it turned out that some young YouTube star who they were monetizing had posted some inappropriate stuff, and all the advertisers had got in a hissy over it. So then YouTube changed their monetization rules, which I didn't know because I'm not monetized anyway, and I'm not really interested in that, to be honest. But that then meant lots of small vloggers made it really difficult for them to get started, apparently. I don't know. I mean, that's what Spicy was saying, because he was asking a question like, is motovlogging dead, you know? And I don't know really. I suppose it's a matter of opinion, but I haven't really been looking at it, so I don't know, you know, what the drop-off's been really. The ones I know are still there. Mostly the big ones anyway. There's one or two smaller ones that I follow, and they're still there, so I don't know. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's about the same as where I was, but it was all to do with this monetisation thing. But I mean, and now they've changed it, and people have, well, I don't know, some of them aren't very happy about it, but I guess that's what all the questionnaire and that was about, really, because they had a young popular vlogger that advertisers were quite happy to pay to advertise with till he posted inappropriate content, and then they've addressed that problem by all of the small vloggers that advertisers aren't really interested in anyway, saying that you can't monetize, you know, until you get bigger and more popular. And YouTube have said that then helps them to monitor those that are monetized, because there's not so many of them now, for what they term bad actors, really. You know, people who advertisers wouldn't choose to align their products with. So I'm behind the curve a bit, because I didn't know any of that really till I just stumbled across Spicy's video, and had a look at that. So there's some of the questions in the questionnaire I couldn't really answer, because I don't use a lot of these other platforms anyway, so I mean, I don't know whether it's any better or any worse, but they seemed to me like questions that were loaded for backslapping themselves, really, which is, what's the point of that? And a few of those questions didn't really make much sense, but you know, it doesn't, I suppose it just goes into some digital bin anyway. I don't suppose they do anything with it. But that might be why their chief executive was banging on about all the numbers being up and you know, the revenues being up and all the rest of it in her message to creators, because I think they've had a bit of trouble, haven't they? It's not the first time that, look at that view, that's gorgeous, isn't it? It's not the first time that people have been putting inappropriate stuff up on YouTube and they've not really done anything about it, but I suppose when the advertisers, you know, throw their toys out the pram, then Google take notice, because that's where the money's coming from. Look at that, it's gorgeous. Yeah, I quite enjoyed catching up with Sean as well, some of his vlogs. It's nice to be back on the little Harley. Speed camera there. I would think you got all three of us, but there you go. I guess I'll know if something comes in the post. Yeah, it's nice and bright out, but it's still it's a wee bit chilly, a little bit blowy as well. It's nice enough, I suppose. Where are we? So I don't suppose I'm caught up with all the YouTube shenanigans yet, but one of them, innit, really. What Spicy was sort of saying was that they'll just end up being left with, I don't know, a few of the bigger motovloggers. Because the younger people won't bother if it's too hard to get started. Yeah, we've been to Salt, haven't we? Quite a lot of vloggers just seem to do bike reviews, really. Because like Spicy said before, they're quite popular. Well, I suppose people are always interested, you know, when they come to think about changing their bike or getting a new one. Who thinks what about what? In fact, on my channel, probably the most popular ones are just reviews on the bikes that I've done. Not counting the controversial crash at one. The other thing is that the quite experienced YouTubers have upped the quality, really, I suppose, to try and attract views. And they're actually producing, well, not all of them, but some of them are actually producing pretty good quality content. And then that's a lot harder for young startups to compete with, really. Yeah, because there is quite a bit to it, really. It's it took me quite a while to find things that I was reasonably happy with in terms of production quality. And there's still areas for, well, quite a lot really, for improvement, which was one of the things I was going to probably look at, but I don't know, really. It depends how much I vlog. I'm using the question mark disable solution at the moment to get the old YouTube back. Which is working, but I don't know how long for, but I much prefer it. So I feel it's what I'm used to, I suppose. I'm familiar with it. The new thing, I don't like it at all, really. It's, just an old fuddy-duddy, I guess. This little ride's for Jeff, who complained that I'm not riding the Harley enough and unsubscribed. I do understand, you know, it's people have certain expectations which, you know, I'm unlikely to meet. I only do this as a hobby, really, and there again, that's, you know, some YouTubers progressed and people are producing better quality and people's expectations go up, so I guess it does make it harder for youngsters to start, really. But it is what it is. That was a bug. Not getting so many today. It should be another good day for colour balance today as well. And one of the problems is on the Harley I'm a bit lower and you can't see over a lot of the hedges. Which way? We'll go this way. He's going around. Come on then. Yeah, it's nice and bright, but a bit chillier, like I say, than it looks. That's unfortunate. Yeah, with this questionnaire things, a lot of it's like public relations, really, isn't it? I missed the gear. I watched some of RJ's as well. He's been riding a big Beamer in Oman, I think it was. So yeah, behind the curve again. There you go. That's what it is. So anyway, YouTube, I better sign out there. Cheers for now. Bye.